tracks moving objects. Well, you know, like if you move your finger in front of their face, they'll sort of like, woo, wow. If you do it too long, they'll look at you and you're like, Dad, you're an idiot. Would you stop moving your finger around? But, you know, they do follow it, and I don't know. It's a stage of development, shall we say. Knows emotions. Okay. Well, my daughter is either happy or pissed off, and or tired. Those seem to be the range of emotions she displays at this point. But apparently they know what emotions are. Reaches for objects. And this is an important point for you to pay attention to, because anything that they can grab, they will put in their mouth. So you really need to make sure that no matter where the baby is, there is nothing dangerous around them that they can put in their mouth and potentially harm themselves with. So just be aware of that. It's an important point because they are grabbing stuff. Responds to emotion. And I think by this, what they're trying to say is that if you and mom have a fight around the baby, they're going to get upset. And that's sort of the negative side of it. The positive side of it is that when you're happy and you're smiling and you're really joyful with your child, they do respond the same. As long as they're not hungry, they're not tired, or there's something that's causing pain for them, they will respond with joy and smiles and laughs. Happy parents, happy babies. That tends to be the rough rule of thumb. Angry parents, sad and angry babies. You getting a relation there? So be happy around your kid. If you have to have an argument, don't do it in front of the baby. Don't do it where they can hear you. Don't do it where they can see you. So just be aware of that. Uses both hands. A lot of times your kid is sort of like grabbing stuff with one hand, and during this time period they'll start using both hands and really chewing on both hands as well. I'm always sort of wondering, is my daughter left-handed? Is she right-handed? And I have no idea at this point. But that is something that happens. They use both their hands. Uses raking grasp. What does this mean? This means they will scratch your face if you are not careful. And if you haven't trimmed their nails recently, wow, it can hurt because they just like shred your face. So just be aware of that. If you don't trim their nails and they do that, it's your fault, not the baby's fault. She or he is just trying to touch you and show you their affection. If you didn't trim their nails, it's going to hurt. So make sure you do so. Shows joy or displeasure. They say that's like a stage of development between 3 to 6 months, and I don't know about other parents out there, but my daughter, since the day she was born, has shown joy or displeasure. It's fairly obvious when it's one or the other. So I guess it's possible that this doesn't happen until later on, like between 3 to 6 months, but otherwise they pretty much pop out of the belly going, I'm happy or I'm pissed. So if they haven't up until this point, well, you can expect between 3 to 6 months, that's a stage of development that they're going to reach. Babbles consonant chains. Right, so my grammar, I can't identify whether the sounds coming out of my daughter's mouth are consonant chains or other forms of expression, but I can definitely identify them as babble. So there's going to be a lot of that happening, and really, it's really funny. Catch it on camera if you can, because sometimes they just go between giggling and babbling, and then every once in a while they will blurt out "mama" or "papa" or "dada," something like that, and you know that gives you a chance to be a very sentimental parent. You're like, "Oh, my baby said that," and so have a camera around when they're doing that, because they can surprise you from time to time. Yeah. Babbles consonant chains. So that's pretty much the list that the Pediatricians Society or the Academy of Pediatricians have released in terms of the stages of development between 3 to 6 months that your baby can be expected to go through. Again, The website, I believe, is healthychildren.org. It's a fabulous website. It's a little complicated at times, but pretty much everything you need to know is on that website, so you should definitely check it out.